Hello. Uh, I'm just bringing in a small segment to actually analyze what's happening in Bollywood and some news which is quite interesting. This segment I'm doing it in English because many of my viewers have told me that they are not understanding exactly what I'm saying, and I'm going ahead and doing creating my content in Bengali. So just for them, I'm doing it in English only. So essentially, what I want to discuss about is something very interesting, and that is basically Aditya Dhar's movie, The Immortal Aswatthama. Now, this movie was essentially planned with uh, Vicky Kaushal playing the lead role and Sara Ali Khan playing the female lead. What we've come to know is that Geo Studios has taken over the making of this movie. It is probably going to cost about 225 crores to make this movie, and they have, I believe, the female lead has been changed from Sara Ali Khan to Samantha Prabhu, and now talks are on to actually go ahead and replace Vicky Kaushal with somebody a little more bankable, because what Reliance Jio Studio feels is that Vicky cannot go ahead and recover the cost based on such an expensive proposition. Okay, that is about 225 crores. So it's a very very interesting thing which is happening right now in the film world, and I just wanted to discuss about it because Aditya Dhar is actually not budging. Whatever I have heard is that he's not budging. He wants Vicky Kaushal to be in the movie as Ashwathama, and he's not budging from his stance that Vicky Kaushal will be playing Ashwathama. But Reliance Jio Studios feels that no, Vicky is a big star, but he's not exactly um, that big to actually helm this project. Now that's very interesting considering the last few movies of Vicky has done quite well, and Uri on a very paltry budget has really done some amazing numbers. Yet, Reliance Jio Studios feels that Vicky is not exactly positioned to go ahead and uh, take this role and really reap profits out of a 225 crore budget movie. And probably there are about two more movies planned in this trilogy. So essentially, can you guys guess exactly what is happening here? Geo Studio wants a South Star. It's as simple as that. You think about it. Sara Ali Khan has been replaced by Samantha Ruth Prabhu. Okay, and they just want a South Star whom they can bank upon more. Okay, nowadays any South movie which opens and it's dubbed in Hindi, it opens in a range of languages, because you see, Shamshera didn't launch in Tamil, Kannada, and all those languages, right? I don't know. Maybe if they had launched in those languages, uh, maybe they would have made some business, right? But they don't launch in those languages. So if Ashwathama is made and they can actually get a South Star, okay, and they could probably dub two or three versions in Kannada, Telugu, or Tamil, or any other language. What Reliance Jio Studios is banking upon is that if they get a 4 day or a 5 day 100 crore opening, then at least they are on a safe ground, because out of a 225 crore movie, if you make 100 crores or 150 crores or something like that, that is good enough to break even so that you can even go for a sequel. But the most interesting part is they are not banking upon a Bollywood star who who is about like who's really doing well, uh, because they feel that Vicky Kaushal is not good enough to take this forward. That's the most interesting part. And Aditya has actually planned this movie with Vicky in mind, and Vicky has actually prepared for this role. Now they are in a dilemma. Aditya is in a dilemma whether he can take, whether he will accede to the demands of Geo Studios because they're bringing in the money, or whether he should let go of his friend. And he said, no, I'll take someone else, someone more bankable as per Reliance Geo Studios uh, requests, or whatever their demands are. Request is like quote unquote just saying that I'm paying you the money, you better hire the person whom we want to. And they have a very good research team backing up these things. They will not go ahead and just ask for something like this from Aditya Dhar until and unless they're absolutely sure that this there is a risk. Okay, so things are pretty grim. That's what I'm trying to say for Bollywood right now. Very grim. I do understand that many people are trying to say this is a temporary phase. This is, if Bollywood doesn't pull up its socks, they don't do something remarkable, they don't go ahead and invest on original stories, scripts. Number one, the star system is going to get screwed. The stars demanding such obscene amounts of money, that's going to go for a six. Because now people have been exposed to South Indian movies. They believe that these movies have more interesting stories, interesting screenplays, interesting scripts, heroes who do a little bit more than a normal Bollywood star does. They do their own stunts, majority of them. They have more swag, they have more style. They are definitely wrecking the Bollywood market based on which these kinds of issues are cropping up. So um, they better pull up their socks. They better pull up their socks, and they completely get rid of all these preconceived notions or thoughts. You will have a few flash in the pans. You will definitely get an Equal Returns, which is, despite being a very uh, very average movie, will be a hit because of the story, and um, uh, there could be like, you know, audience still dig an unpredictable story or a one which has a little bit of a twist, so they will go and watch that movie. But um, this trick is not going to work too long. You will still have even a Bhool Bhulaiya 2, which is a, I'm sorry to say, which is a completely horrible movie. But it works because Kartik Aaryan and Kiara Advani are there, both very happening stars, both two very hot stars, and it had a title track which was really redone well. Apart from that, of course, we had a twist with Tabu which worked well with the audience. Apart from that, this whole movie was a complete wreck. Yet people went and watched it because they were lucky. I would say Bhool Bhulaiya 2, the producers and the makers were lucky. This trick is not going to work again. They will outright reject it just because it had a good legacy of Bhool Bhulaiya, because people were curious that what's going to be the sequel about, and the title track, Kartik Aaryan danced quite well, and Kartik Aaryan, basically Kiara Advani, both of them are just right now, they're just like unstoppable. Wherever they go, whatever they do, they're unstoppable. Moreover, Kartik Aaryan has now become the messiah of the of anti-nepotism. The moment he was kicked out of Karan Johar's movie, so people have really, that has worked well for Kartik Aaryan. So all these things together actually made Bulbulaiya 2 work. Nothing else, okay? But still, Bulbulaiya 2 or Ek Villain Returns, which I feel Ek Villain Returns will break even or will be a hit, is not exactly great movies, okay? Conversely, I can also say that in South India, we have certain run-of-the-mill formulaic movies which are not working well. But by and large, if you look at about 4 or 5 big movies, they have worked very well, and they have done very good business. And it's nowhere close to these big Bollywood movies which have been made for an obscene amount of money, but they have really not gone ahead and given good returns. This has a bearing in the star system, which is kind of collapsing. Because if Geo Studio says that no, we don't want Vicky Kaushal as the main lead in the Immortal Aswatthama, that means things are not all hunky dory in tinsel world in Bollywood. So they better pull up their socks, or there is a number. Eh, they have to invest in good screenplays, good scripts, and forget all these preconceived notions of song and dance numbers and all these things, these formula things which used to work earlier. So that's my take. I hope the Immortal Aswatthama does get filmed, and I hope Aditya's vision gets realized. Um, I think he's a good director um, who does good work. I feel that he has a good future, uh, and I hope his vision gets uh, it does. We do get to see his vision with Vicky Kaushal as the main lead, and I hope it is a good movie and it really turns the fortunes of Bollywood around. But yes, it is very concerning that the whole star system is collapsing right now in Bollywood. So, well, Mr. Srobjani, over and out. I just hope things work out for the Immortal Aswatthama. Everything goes well, and I hope Geo Studios and Aditya Dhar can kind of come to a agreement, because I feel you don't have actors like Vicky Kaushal who can actually go ahead and enter the mainstream cinema, and they can really give a lot because they're really good actors. So I just hope that they consider and probably take him, and I hope this movie works. I'm more eager to watch Immortal Aswatthama rather than Brahmas. I'll be very frank with you. So that's all from me. This is a small segment from me once again. Take care. Bye.